Graves, Trundle. You know, you can go down the line, and there are a lot of very strong champions.
Yeah, the Poppy as well. A very popular champion at the moment. And with all these targeted bans, we're going to get some heavy-hitting team compositions. I feel like Tom Kench as well.
Oh, yeah.
Something worth considering, because that is actually
Swain as well, yeah.
you
Swain, massive pick at the moment
I really
in
think
the meta.
you should just lock that one in.
Yeah, definitely.
Priority.
Yeah, no, well, Graves is up, so they are going to lock that one away. Zatai picks that one for Kid. Very much like it. Looks a little bit more comfortable on that champion.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a farm-based jungler. You can always outscale your jungle opponent just because you're a Graves. You're an AD carry jungler.
Yeah.
You just need to keep up with CS, essentially.
But man, I'm just thinking, like, I know you want to have flex picks, right? But if Vici now lock in Tahm Kench Alistar, it's revolting.
Yep, they don't need to flex pick champions like that. Honestly, like, you get a Tahm Kench and you get an Alistar, that's your front line.
Yeah, you feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Or it's in the back line because they can just travel there abyssally.
Either way, there's other things to consider as well. Lissandra, EasyHoon has played it.
Yep, very
Tried
true.
and true.
And I guess leaving the Alistar up makes a little bit of sense because Kitty's probably more than happy to play the Trundle anyway.
Yep.
So a decent first pick on the side of IG, but Lissandra is the consideration at the moment. Fantastic flex pick there as well. Does mean that they are able to throw that up and down the rift. And Rookie didn't take very long to lock in the Corki.
I think he wants to play Corki.
Or at least pick it.
Yeah. I'm not going to say Corki's bad into a Lissandra matchup either. You've got nice range.
You can happily build a QSS too, which is handy.
Yeah. AD mids generally benefit a lot more from playing against champions like Lissandra just from their itemization choices.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You can get Hex Drinker as well, which negates mid-game if Lissandra ever gets ahead. But in saying that, I'm not sure if it's going to be mid yet.
Yeah, well, that's very true. And now they have the ambiguous Trundle pick as well, which can be going towards the top lane. Zatai, of course, more than happy to play basically any champion that is in the game League of Legends.
Well, yeah.
That is probably the only defining factor is it has to be a champion in League of Legends that he can play. Otherwise, you can pick a whole lot of different things. But that means Tahm Kench gets through. They're able to lock it in second round here for Vici, as Endless is going to take away the Ezreal. These are all power picks on Vici Gaming's side.
100%. We said they were going to ban, after all of these targeted bans, they're going to have strong champions available to them.
Yeah.
Honestly, even looking at Invictus Gaming's draft, they've got strong champions across the board. They're looking for potentially an AD carry, as the Ezreal was smartly taken away. So probably from there, I mean, they can just round out the composition with whatever they would want. The Trundle, we still don't know where it's going.
It's true. Trundle can go anywhere.
Poppy top lane.
I was going to say the Poppy is definitely something that's standing out. Fiora's there as well for Zatai if he wants to pick up that champion. This time looking at the Lucian.
The time special.
Oh, yep. It's about time. I hope you heard the disdain in my voice. I'm sorry about that one. Yep. But Kitty's still sitting on his choice as Callista Thresh being considered. I actually really like this because you've got the massive Tahm Kench now who's definitely going into the top lane. And why not just take the Trundle with the Subjugate? You can split push against him. You like rip away all of those defensive statistics. And if you think about it, Zatai gets into a team fight and presses R on the Trundle. I mean, on the Tahm Kench, he becomes literally unkillable.
I'm not 100% on board with the team fighting and using your ultimate on the Tahm Kench. I feel like depending on what he actually buys, a lot of them go for health.
Oh, Dandy. So Dandy got Renguard last week, if you'll remember, ladies and gentlemen. So now he's going to be locking it in and showing a Clear Love who is now backstage waiting for his game after this.
Only when I'm on this desk does someone have the nerve to continuously pick this champion.
Yep.
Why?
Oh, wow. Well, if you think about it, right, what does Rengar love doing? Exploding AD carries. How many AD carries are on Invictus Gaming?
No, believe me, I
3.
understand.
Yeah.
We've spoken about this before, but the reason you can afford to go for champions like Nocturne and Rengar that we did see from Clear Love originally is that because you can instantly kill AD carries, and mid lane AD carries aren't as safe as the bottom lane ones who have disengaged supports with them all the time. So you can focus them down really easily.
Wow. Very frightening now for Invictus Gaming, but they have a heck of a lot of damage. Pretty massive frontline there as well with Zatai and Kitties. We'll see whether they can control this game or whether Dandy's just going to explode. They don't have the Lulu, which was really, really important for Clearlove in his victory against Vici.
Yeah.
And we'll see whether Dandy's still going to be able to make this one work. Because I'm just thinking about, you know, Tom Kench, Abyssal Voyaging of Rengar around. This sounds awful.
I just, like, they're engaged. The difference between the Lulu and the Lissandra, which is what we're seeing on their team composition, is Easyhoon can engage for the Rengar.
Yeah.
You still get a free shot at it, basically.
Well, we'll see what happens as we hop onto the Rift. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for game number 1 of week 3. Invictus Gaming taking on Vici. His rookie is just swimming up the lane on his Earth.
Swimming, huh?
Yeah, look at him swimming.
I guess it's...
He's basically a Jogo. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
what's the act of... I'm making hand signals because, you know, everyone else can clearly see what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Genius.
He was basically flying underwater.
Yeah, he's flapping his arms.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
His fins.
The swimming chicken.
Very true. Well, Danny, doing some circles, knows exactly what's all around him at the moment. As it does seem like standard lanes are going to ensue for this game.
Interesting choice of summoner spells here as well from Rookie. I'm not against Cleanse, personally. I just believe that if you're going to be against the Rengar, I'm not going to call the Cleanse optimal because you can't cleanse death.
That's a very good point.
Or damage or anything that will just...
I do like it in the early game, though. I mean, you get hit by an Empowered Bowler or the ultimate out of Easyhoon. And not only that, but you get a lot of added tenacity after using the cleanse. So all of those extra disables not going to last as long.
The only thing is you have to remember, if he ever uses cleanse in 1v1 or from a random gank that had no meaning, essentially, that's a long cooldown where you don't have it available. It does take away from the necessity to build, say, a QSS, though. You can go straight to your damage items that you otherwise want.
It's a good point.
Very handy.
Well, you can see, bottom lane. Endless just trying to harass down Time and Kitties, but not going to find too much as Kid just going to clear out his wolf camp. No worries at all.
Certain high definition.
No, boom. And looking pretty.
Yeah. Dandy, of course, is going to be slow jungle. Generally get very low on your first rotation as Rengar. For all of you Rengar enthusiasts out there, you'll understand.
Like Rusty. Rusty, of course, a Rengar enthusiast.
It's going to give you many ways that you can poke him down and kill him, you know? You get super low in his first rotation in the jungle if you feel like invading.
Please invade it. Yep.
If you want. If you value winning.
Not talking to you, Kid, of course. We are unbiased. But anyone in solo queue, invade a Rengar. Just do it. A little bit of fun. But Time and Kitties here on the bottom lane just going to be farming things out. Of course, you can see Kid, he's more than happy just to kill camps over and over again. We'll see who's going to make the first move as far as the gank situation is concerned.
You would honestly have to think it is Dandy ganking the middle lane. That should be the ideal scenario for him. Zatai and Lung, they're going to hit each other, you know, here and there. But I don't think there's any actual kill threat in the top lane. The bottom lane, we've already spoken about it. Their style as players is disengage, it's peel, and it's kind of just farm through your laning phase until you're in a mid-game skirmish point. So yeah, mid lane, you would have to say Rookie's always aggressive. Look at the difference in farm already.
Yeah. 20 to 12, my goodness.
He just stands in front of it's like
every single time, yeah.
It's hard to explain, but he's like the Uzi of mid laners. In the way that he positions it, every time you go for a last hit, there is a chance that Rookie will hit you.
Look at him just soaking Qs from Easyhoon here as well, who has to use his spells in order to clear out these minion waves. 24 to 16 thus far. This Kid, he's going to head back. Of course, Dandy actually left a little sentinel up in his jungle because Kitties had roamed from the bottom lane. So smart, but does show that pretty frail on the old Rengar early on.
Absolutely, but after that first rotation, once he actually gets his jungle item, which isn't far away, then he'll be perfectly fine. Of course, major advantage for Kid right now is that he already has the item. So
yeah,
keep your eyes on that minimap though. Rengar is threatening mid.
Yeah, it does have that bowler charged up here as well as Rookie. Ooh, he's cheating towards that side. In comes the Core of Doom. Not going to find Rookie though, just gets a Q. And they see that Dandy is here in the mid lane, so IG position Kid accordingly. He's just going to definitely...
Arch Nemesis.
Yeah. Oh god, the big board. Oh, nice. Uses the end of the line for some added harassment. As Rookie, look, he's just standing in the middle of the enemy creeps.
Yeah, so he has his Valkyrie to get out perfectly fine anyway here, Rookie. Honestly, in the most comfortable position ever. God forbid Easy Hoon flashes. You have to keep in mind, Cork, you'll still have Cleanse. So we did mention earlier, the early game benefits that you get from this Summoner spell are monstrous.
Yep.
Rookie's going to be quite comfortable. Probably get his Sheen on that side. Might be just the Sheen.
Well, Easy Hoon did use his teleport to get back to the lane, so he will be able to equalize this farm very well while Rookie is purchasing items in the shop.
Yeah. We're looking at the level 6 as well here from Vici Gaming. And naturally from Dandy in particular. When will he gank? Where will he gank? How will he execute? Because everyone from Invictus Gaming will be quite vigilant once they know his 6 and up the pink ward game to prevent it.
You can see already, across the board, IG, we spoke about them being strong laners. We weren't quite expecting this from the bottom lane, but ahead in farm in every single position.
Yeah.
Apart from the jungle, Dandy has been able to get around the map quite nicely.
It's just last hitting. It's just the fact that in their 1v1s in mid and top, it's not even out pressuring, they're just out executing on minions.
Yeah. Easy Hoon does have level 6 though, that is a big deal. Rookie just hit his. A little bit more impactful for Ilisandre, you have to think. The rockets are pretty useful.
Impactful in engages, I will say. Rookie's rockets actually do start to chip away at your health bar if you don't engage within the period of time that he can poke you down.
Yep, nice cue. Lands from Easy Hoon here. So the early game has been relatively slow. Dandy level 5 at the moment, waiting for that level 6 mark for anything to really ensue. You have to think. Phosphorus Farm comes out and Rookie just going to clear this minion wave very nicely. And easily as well. Teleport comes back to the top lane as Long was pushing things out. He just used his teleport to get back as well, so no top lane is going to be involved in too much other than moving just down from the top. No bottom lane ganks to come out this time.
That's right, the only reason Zatai uses his teleport is Long matched it, hard pushed the wave and forced it out of him. Keep your eyes on Kid. It's a level 6 Dandy.
Level 6 Kid there as well, but Ward's going to spot him out.
Such a healthy jungler, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The get away from me moves that he has.
Yeah, there's no situation where there should be 1v1 kill threat in Kid's own jungle. He just stays so healthy. And once again, we're looking at Vici. They play a slow, patient game. But we're looking at them to pull the trigger the first time because I feel like Invictus Gaming, they're the ones happy to just do what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Maybe not Zatai.
Ling's just going to eat Zatai. Massive damage as well, but there's the traffic cone. Dandy, he's popped the ultimate, looking for the kill onto Kid. They're right in the middle of a creep wave, though, as Kid's trying to kite him. Picks up first blood on the Graves. And now Long may be dead as well as Zatai. He had the subjugate ready. And man, that turnaround was beautiful.
Dandy tried really hard to make that work here as the Ezreal ultimate doesn't connect onto what was going to be an unsuspecting Kid. He gets away fine. But again, Dandy, he tried super hard to get a kill onto Kid. But he was never going to get it. Kid just stood still. Here they go.
They're still looking for the dive here as the Grey Health is going to be used. Kid able to pick it up, and Zatai happily tanks the turret. And Long just overstayed.
And that was just clockwork here from Invictus Gaming. Too easy to execute on. Mid lane now starting to apply pressure. He knows that Dandy's not available. Of course, he is kind of available. Right there. No respect, though. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's just Rookie, isn't it? Really? Not worried at all. Does have a phage now as well.
I'd be worried now.
Yeah, definitely be worried now. Valkyrie comes out, he uses the cleanse and the flash. Rookie still alive for now, but that's the last auto attack. And Easy Hoon locks down the kill. And so maybe he will be worried.
He should be.
Yep, proof's there now.
Lysandra, again, we mentioned what is the cleanse able to do. Well, during the laning phase, it denies a lot of ganks, but the second Lysandra gets 6, she has more than one lockdown spell.
Yeah.
You have to decide if you can cleanse and get away. In this case, cleansed and didn't get away. So unfortunate stuff here for Rookie. The pressure actually comes back to bite him.
Well, IG still in the lead in that top pressure. Maybe Rookie will play a little bit further back. No, he just bought a Sheen. He's probably not. Kai still going aggressive onto Long, who's looking hungry. I think he may eat him. There he is. Delicious Trundle.
Yeah, he'll come back out and just be like, come at me.
Yeah, Grasp of the Undying doing wonders here for this Trundle as well, as he gets his health bar nice and low, just so that he can utilize all of his lifesteal and his passive to get things working. Kid is going to be attacking this dragon. Pings from IG towards that area as Rookie does have the package.
No.
Oh, are you going
Don't do
for
it.
it, Rookie?
Don't.
Okay. I thought he was as well.
Guess who's holding easy to hand, to be fair? I wouldn't.
Yeah. Uses the claw, but doesn't follow up as Rookie's able to pick up all of this farm more than happily. 15 CS in the lead still. So despite the kill that Easy Hoon has, I have a feeling that Rookie will still be ahead by just a little bit.
Here we go in the middle lane. Oh, no, ran out. Okay,
ran out.
Kid is nearby is the point that I am making. This Graves 2-0. Miles ahead of Dandy.
Oh, yeah.
Just by having his jungle item completed.
I find it interesting that he didn't go for that Boots of Swiftness that we've seen picked up sort of first item by a lot of these Graves jungles.
Yeah, I think maybe that he was 2-0. He just got like a massive chunk of money.
Yeah.
May as well utilize that. Doesn't necessarily need his Boots of Swiftness. Lung's always fighting Zatai, so if your focus is top. Speaking of.
Yeah, Easy Hoon had blown the ultimate there as well, so sees the pink ward. And that is going to be ultimate wasted here from Vici.
That's the way they should be playing it in Invictus Gaming. Work around the cooldown of Dandy's ultimate now. They've got windows where they can fight. Kid has well and truly set his sights on top lane again.
Yeah, they just probably want to take down the turret as well by the looks of things.
You would think so.
Well, you can see Time having a fine old time down here in the bottom lane.
It's hard not to.
Yeah, I know, it's awful. I felt like, did you hear it in my voice? I was just like, oh no, what happened?
It's just the first word that comes to mind when you're looking at this game.
Well, there's the Fate's Call as well. Doesn't get the knock-up, but gets the flash out of Endless. The Flay's back as in comes Teleport. Kitties is so dead. This Caveman, he's going to get the Pulverize. There's the True Shot Barrage, but Easy Hoon makes his way in, and Time can't take the Lantern. Is going to fall.
Time goes down. 2 teleports used here from the top and mid lane as the Vici Gaming. They're going to lose a lot of pressure in top. They're getting pushed in mid. The question is, can Vici continue to make this work even though the Dragon's not going to be available? I'm not sure if that was worth it for them.
I'm not entirely sure. They did, of course, get one of the kills on the AD carry. That's important. Endless was able to push up.
But they didn't stay bottom to push this tower. They get out-traded for a single kill. 2 teleports used for that kill as well.
Yeah, Rookie gets his blue buff here at the same time. We'll be able to pick up this mid minion wave. That shouldn't be a tongue twister, but it sort of felt like it. Rookie's easily going to be able to push that lead even further. He's going to grab his blue as well. But, of course, Lysandra, known for a utility. We'll see how Vici go when they get to the team fights that they do tend to build towards. This is a team that isn't known for being fantastic in the laning phase.
Yeah. We're looking at mid-game skirmishes again. Once the towers start to fall down, you have to start to overextend a little bit more. You're going to be doing that against a team composition that can pick you out very easily. Starts to become dangerous here for Invictus Gaming.
The realm of Rengar. Pretty much. Yes, going to go through these minions. But Dandy going to be taking his red buff now. Rod of Ages now completed for Easy Hoon. 13.5 minutes. Not bad, especially considering he also bought those Boots of Lucidity at the same time.
It's amazing, the sparing use of wards here from IG. They still keep tabs on Dandy.
Yeah.
Know exactly where he is. They know he's at Raptors right now. Look at the way Kid is moving around the middle lane. He's close. And so if Dandy goes from red to mid, he will be here in time.
Bruce Cutler going to go over to the Graves. Does have a serrated Dirk on Dandy as well, as he's building probably towards that more of Malmortius with that pickup. have a feeling.
You would think so.
Could be a Ghostblade, really. He feels like he's that accelerated. Oh, Dandy's blowing the ultimate. Kitties does need to get out. He gets locked down. There's the Fate's call, though. Time just going to say, get back here.
Makes you wonder what they were doing, really. Kallista's so good against Rengar if you're not going on the Kalista.
Yeah.
Thresh is so good against Rengar if you're going on the Kalista. And this bottom lane, all in all, pretty hard to kill as a Kalista Thresh.
Yeah.
But they tried and wasted the Rengar ult.
Why that lane has always been so strong as Rookie. Playing towards the top side of the map, knows Kid's here and knows also that Vici went missing from the bottom side.
Yeah. Playing towards his vision, most importantly. Has a pink ward in that bush and knows Kid's above him. Zatai fighting is the other important detail. He's close to rotate, whereas Izzyhoon no TP.
Yeah.
Unable.
Dandy, though, easily able to take down this red buff. This Kid was nowhere near it. But good vision gained by IG towards the top side of the map, and Dandy once again thwarted in his attempt.
That's the worst. When you're trying to last hit minions under the turret and you crit.
Yeah.
Just ruins it all.
Very
When
frustrating.
you team fight, you never crit.
Oh dear.
RNG.
RNG seems to be pretty good as well.
And they're winning again. Dragon in 30. Could be worth considering here for Vici in particular. I don't know if Invictus Gaming are stressed about it. They've already got the first one, so the second most important dragon.
Yep.
Whereas the most important is obviously number 5.
Time to be able to take the land and ride back home. They are going to head back to base here as well. We'll see how much of that Renan's Hurricane time can pick up on this back. I have a feeling he'll probably grab some boots.
Oh, this is actually quite good timing. He's got the package as the dragon is available.
Yeah.
Invictus Gaming could honestly look to fight around it, even though they don't necessarily need it. They've got a window.
Well, they've got Zatai backing here as well. He's going to have full items by the time he makes his way in. Looks to be going towards either...
Iceborne's gone.
Yeah. Of course, now that it has that 20% CDR, it is an item that Trundle does very much love.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention being able to lock down his targets. Does even have the Ravenous Hydra as well. We've seen a lot of people building towards the Titanic Hydra and then picking up the Ravenous, but he just went straight Ravenous. He was like, I want the Vampiric Scepter, I want all of the other stuff.
Yeah, well, he was winning trades without it. So generally the Titanic Hydras, if you're losing or you're struggling to trade with health, gets you through that early phase. And then the sustain, once you have an extra little item or a half item, gets you the rest of the way. But of course, he's doing well. 10 CS up basically of his own accord.
Yeah.
Most of it with Kid there has actually just been kill pressure, not farm.
And as well, he's now got a free lane, and he's been pushing very far up as well. Dandy ignoring the top lane just a little bit. Knows that Long will just be a big tank, and it won't really matter what the Rengar does.
It's funny, you look. Okay, so we're looking at Rookie, and he's 184 CS to 165 ahead of the clock, and that's just because he's taking 3 little raptors every time they're on. It doesn't actually count. I don't even know if he's that far ahead. They're not worth a lot of gold. Looks good. It's aesthetically pleasing.
Well, it is, exactly. It's like, oh, well, he must be ahead then, right? Maybe not that much.
Especially when a bit of money there.
Yeah. Especially when Izzyhoon 1-0-1 at the moment for Lysandra. We spoke about Izzyhoon as being one of these players that isn't necessarily flashy. Won't try and win the lane, but he tries to win the game. And as a Lysandra, it's exactly what he wants to be able to do.
He's pretty reliable, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Being this big control mage, actually one of the...
Oh, there's the teleport into the bottom lane.
Here we go.
From Izzyhoon. There's the flayback as Kitties. Not going to get caught up in time. Just going to use the Marshall Poise, gets away from Izzyhoon and just grabs his support.
It's wow, honestly. Invictus Gaming, they were very aware of that fact, so kudos to them for sure for getting out with their lives. All things considered, Vici, they honestly had the right flank there.
Yeah, it's the right idea. It's just...
They just can't execute.
Yep.
Genuinely cannot execute on this right now.
Oh, so frustrating.
They don't have the Iceborne Gauntlet for Endless either yet. He's gone for an aggressive build, I'll say, by getting the Manamune first. Doesn't give any kill pressure as such. Because you lack a lot of utility. Yeah, exactly. But you lose that utility that's slow, which could have actually kept Invictus Gaming in place.
But Rookie just going to be earthing around here in the mid lane, able to clear out these minions very, very quickly. Now heading back to base. We'll see what he decides to go second item. Of course, we've seen a lot of different
Infinity Edge.
Could be an Infinity Edge, could be the Rapid Fire Cannon, could be an Essence Reaver, who knows?
Yeah.
Looks to be the Rapid Fire Cannon this time around. So that's the Zeal.
Big.
In time, he's grabbed himself the Boots of Swiftness here as well. I actually really like it. Boots of Swiftness were always interesting on Kalista just because it's the level of boots that you have that affect your passive, your bouncy time.
Yep.
A little bit more as far as that distance is concerned anyway.
Correct, and there's a lot of slows available here.
Yeah.
Especially if you're landing against this Ezreal, who has got his Ice Spawn now done. Pretty much entirely a slow champion. It's the only utility.
Yeah.
Tongue Kench as well. Throws his tongue at you.
Mm-hmm.
That slows also.
It does.
Actually quite like Swifties.
In fact, everyone has a slow. Apart from Caveman, who's just got a plethora of other CP. So not too bad. But Endless, speaking of which, has managed to pick up his first two most important items as well as those Boots of Lucidity. So he's very, very happy about where he is in the game right now. And of course, Ezreal scaling quite nicely into that mid to late game.
Yeah, and honestly, you have to question, when are Invictus Gaming going to pull the trigger? They've got their 2-0 Graves. He's almost at his more of Malmortius. They need to start taking down these objectives that we're looking at them hit now. Speed the pace of this game up. Hopefully before Lissandra gets that Zhonya's Hourglass.
Yeah. I really like this, though. The power of Graves is if you ever find a free lane, you can just take the turret whenever you feel like it. It does so much damage.
Absolutely. They caught Vici Gaming lane swapping, so that was the natural free turret to take.
Yeah. Endless may be able to answer this one here using his Sheen procs on this tower, but Zatai makes his way in.
Standard.
The Constable.
He knows, though. And the reason he's not recalling is he's trying to control this wave. Very obvious rotation here from Vici, saying that they want to get that top turret. And the immediate rotation of IG's bot lane is actually probably going to entirely thwart that push.
Yeah. And their way towards the top side, of course. No tower to take. They're just going to answer this and protect their own. Keep that global advantage. The extra turret take that they did manage.
Yeah. More than happy with that.
Yeah. Transform just comes through here for Endless with that Mirror Mana. And like you said, Easy Hoon, he's charging up. We've now got a Dead Man's Plate on Lung as well. Yeah, very soon to have the Ghost Blade picked up for Dandy. And look, sort of the last time that we saw Dandy playing the Rengar, it was sort of the tank Rengar coming out of the jungle, used for his utility and lockdown of a specific target in a team fight. Looks like now he just wants to murder people.
Dandy's actually popped the Thrill of the Hunt. What's he looking for? Oh no.
Oh, time.
It ran out.
He did pop it very early.
Yeah, I believe he was popping it to avoid wards. Time was quite passive and deep though. Difficult to actually get that far.
Oh, hello. Yeah, well, Caveman's going to blow the ultimate here, but gets slowed down to high heaven. We'll see whether that is going to last long enough. He's able to start up a fight. In goes Easy Hoon. Massive amounts of damage potentially here as he ults himself to get a lot across, but IG is so healthy. Easy Hoon's melting as Time's able to lock down the kill. Long not tanky enough at this stage, and IG, these scrappy fights just look to suit them at the moment.
Are they going to go straight to that Barons? It's High's got a surprise amount of tankiness to his kit. I don't know if they can actually do this though. They're taking it down real quick.
They are. It's taken so quickly. As IG will lock it down, Time grabs it with the Rend.
That Q from Endless connected at the same time as the Rend, and that looked like he stole that. But Invictus Gaming, they knew there was no Rengar ultimate available for Dandy, and they immediately pulled the trigger on that team fight, catching out an Alistar of all champions. They look for their way in here, Vici Gaming. The teleport's through, but it's not a Zhonya's Hourglass for Easy Hoon. So he just has to self-cast the ultimate and goes down pretty quickly with no other chance of staying alive. Lung was the one who teleported, and he only finds Kitties, doesn't even take him down. And Zatai just stood still the entire time.
Yeah.
And just right-clicked them and took all of their health bars down.
I love that decision from IG though, to decide to try to get these 5v5 team fights, because when it's like that and you're against this squishy Rengar, what's he going to do? Just launch himself in and die?
Well, he can't launch himself in, that's the thing. Without that ultimate there, he has no way in.
Baron buff really oppressive at this stage of the game as well. You can see those minions almost impossible for EasyHoon to take down. As Rookie aggressive Valkyrie forward. Endless waiting around the side. He's going to poke Rookie, but doesn't take too much health.
A lot of damage from Rookie, though.
Yeah.
EasyHoon basically forced a recall already. He walks back to base.
4 turrets now to 2 as well, as both of those mid lane, outer and inner, fall down. You can see Zatai doing some work here. Bottom lane. Look at this poke. It's ridiculous. That's the 3rd turret for this Baron buff as well, as IG putting it to good use. Oh, Death Sentence lands onto Lung. A lot of burst damage. Has to pop the Grey health. Will, of course, have to go back to base here as well. Could be an opportunity for IG to possibly get an inhibitor turret this early on. They've got so much damage on it. Oh. EasyHoon finds his way in, gets played back by Kitties. Nice play from the Thresh. As IG now just try to reset. Cannon minion?
Yeah,
Buddy?
I don't know.
Yeah,
There he goes.
Yeah, another play comes in as Rookie is going to use the cleanse. EasyHoon explodes. Doesn't even use the Zhonya's. As Dandy has the ultimate. Can he grab at least a kill here in the backline? Kitties falls, but immediately Dandy gets dismantled. Endless now with 400 health. Has to be very careful of this Kalista as Lung makes his way in. There's time though, flashing forward, grabs himself the kill onto Endless. Lung, the last man standing. Zatai just says, I'm taking down this inhibitor. I don't care about this frog.
His record's in the bush.
Yep.
Invictus Gaming. That was a desperate engage from EasyHoon, you'd have to say. And they don't get what they're looking for. The play from Kitties, playing that fight so well, basically gets Dandy to suicide for it. And this game from IG just feels so simple.
And so accelerated as well. They've got all of these mid-game centric AD carries. And so they say, well, we don't take it to the late game. We just beat you right now. And it seems perfect against the Vici that just want to take you to late game.
The second Corky gets that rapid fire cannon, finds a way to auto-attack EasyHoon, and also pops the Gatling gun before he does it, so the Sheen's going to be there.
Oh, man.
The amount of damage that came out of him was enough to force EasyHoon back. The entirety of the lane pressure was out the window here for Vici, and they just had to concede. The desperate engage from EasyHoon couldn't even use his Zhonya's.
Nope.
Just locked down with crowd control. So clinical right now from IG.
Very scary. That's 2 inhibitors there as well, as they were able to take the bottom. So Kid, gonna hand over the blue buff as Rookie just crits most of its health bar. Yeah, that was silly, Rusty.
So Anagati always crits.
Yep.
Where's what? 60% from those items? 80 with the cloak that he has now?
Oh, yeah, something. I think it'd be close to that.
Trinity's 30.
70? I think it's 70%
rapid fire
right now.
is
30.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's he's at 80.
Joey's.
Unbelievable. Critting that magic damage.
Yeah, exactly. When magic damage crits as well, like, it's like you're not a Nivea, bro. Endless is going to help clear out this wave, though, as Kid takes a turret shot for it. Vici now holding on desperately. Those are the last remaining lane available. And Dandy, once again, the ultimate comes out, but he can't find anyone.
He just doesn't have the team composition to work around being a Rengar.
Yeah.
That hook was great.
Oh my goodness, can't follow.
This is so good from Kitties. Stay on the flank, and there is no way for EasyHoon to get in. If EasyHoon can't get in, then they can't stop the push. It's just that simple. Speaking of stopping pushes.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to stop Zatai anytime soon. He went to back to base, completed his Iceborne Gauntlet and a Spirit Visage.
Yeah, and they're trying to flank him. Watch this.
Yeah, no damage comes down as Zatai flashes out of the way. That's 4 members of Vici heading towards him. But yeah, look at the Subjugate. All of his health back. The last inhibitor falls down as IG say, did you forget about 4 members of the team? And that's all of the tower damage there as well. As Kid actually uses his flash to get out of the way. EasyHoon in a lot of trouble as Zatai. He's got a big bat and he's not afraid to use it. Long takes so much burst. It is Rookie that locks down the first kill though as Dandy gets knocked up. Flayed back, Endless there as well, gets missed by the death sentence. But IG, they don't care about that. They just want to win the game. 29 minutes in. And IG just look like they've got it all together this week.
This is such a polarizing team that we're currently watching here in Invictus Gaming. Only game 1 in this best of 3 series, and Corky for Rookie plays aggressive in laning phase, but doesn't go overly aggressive like we usually see from him. Actually pulls it back a bit. And the rest of Invictus Gaming actually step up with their play. once they hit mid-game. I feel like it was actually a lot better played here from IG overall.
It was. Just beautiful to watch, and I have a feeling that, you know, the Rengar is the only thing in that comp that really sort of stood out as not quite working. The rest of the team, I mean, Ezreal, such high priority, Lissandra as well. I mean, you've got Alistair, who's massive. Just couldn't quite make it work this time, and it all came off this team fight. This team fight honestly won IG this game.
It 100% did. It was a massive separating factor, and keep in mind, Rookie, even with that package, broke off 2 members of the team from being able to get in. Dandy completely zoned. And we were talking about Zatai just standing still hitting them, but there's so much more to that. Individual play in that team fight, just fighting with conviction, is what separates them from the rest.
And the waiting on the Fate's call as well was beautiful. As you could see, Rookie uses the cleanse, gets out of Easy Hoon's burst,
so much
and
damage.
Easy Hoon can't do anything.
No, this is Dandy, gets flayed at the last second, has to flash. Does get a kill, but always satisfying.
And huge shout out to Kitties as well. His Thresh play this series so far has been so good. And we've only seen him on Alistair for 1 game, and otherwise it's just been Trundle, Trundle, Trundle. And it's fantastic seeing Kitties back on this champion that we've seen him be so powerful on.
Absolutely. Kitties actually played really well in that particular game. Only game 1, of course, of the series, and what a clinical victory overall.
Yeah, IG really looking fantastic. Of course, this is a best of 3, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go to a short break, but when we return, IG are going to take on Vici for possibly a 2-0, or Vici